going on, Falcon fan? This your boy Ricondo coming back at you with another video. Today we're going to get into some Falcon news, rumors, some more roster moves for these Atlanta Falcons. And then we're going to highlight second-year player Tyler Allgeier and what he can potentially bring to this team next year, especially with the addition of our number 8 overall pick, Bijan Robinson. So guys, with that being said, go ahead and please subscribe to the channel. Please hit that notification bell so you know when I drop another video. Please hit the like button so I know you guys like to hear what I talk about. Then please share my video throughout the YouTube universe so you can come in and hear me talk about these Atlanta Falcons. So guys, like I said, we're going to talk about some quick Atlanta Falcon news, roster moves and things like that. Well, one of our old fellow Atlanta Falcons, Mr. Number 2 himself, Matty Ice, is going to the broadcast booth to be an NFL analyst for CBS Sports. He said he's not retiring, but you know he's going out and talk about football. It'll be exciting to see Matty Ice out there. I think his time probably has passed because I think the time for the pocket passer is pretty much over. However, he's not retiring. I wouldn't either, because if he was to retire, he probably wouldn't get the rest of that contract that the coach owe him. So, you know, say you're not retiring. If an NFL team needs you, you can always come out the analyst booth and get back on the field. But congratulations to Matt Ryan going into the CBS analyst booth, talking sports. We get to see him on Sunday mornings with that crew. In my opinion, talked about it a lot, I still think Matt Ryan is a Hall of Famer. So congratulations to Matty Ice on his new gig in CBS at CBS. All right, let's get into the Atlanta Falcon roster moves. So the Atlanta Falcons, we talked about Andre Smith yesterday, bringing in a linebacker, adding to that linebacker room. But Atlanta Falcons have made several more moves. All these moves are coming from the rookie minicamp that just had this past weekend. Andre Smith was the one addition. Another addition was wide receiver Slade Bolden. Played with the Alabama Crimson Tides. Came in. Actually was picked up last year undrafted by the Ravens, but actually had a sports hernia, so he actually didn't ever play it down for those guys. Also brought in D-back Natron Brooks, D-back Clifford Chapman, offensive lineman Barrett Wesley, and defensive back Lucas Dennis. So all those guys are added to the 90-man roster. And however, you know when you add guys, because at this point the 90-man roster was already filled, so they had to actually cut some guys. Some guys that are being cut: linebacker David Onyonette, running back B.J. Baylor, cornerback Jalen Guidry, defensive back Matt Hankins, wide receiver Rawson Henry, defensive back Dylan Mabin, and tight end fullback John Rain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 guys that they cut, and there's 6 guys they added. So potentially have one more spot left to that 90-man roster. We'll be on the lookout for that and see if who they actually decide to bring in. But getting ready for the first OTA of the season, which is going on May 23rd, where a whole team get together. The team that's gonna pretty be there to start the off season. However, you know the Falcons make moves throughout this off season, so some of those guys on the back end of the roster definitely could get cut again. So we just have to see. But as of right now, these guys have been invited to that OTA that's going to start on 23rd. That'll be the first time the whole team get together. Rookies, undraftees, veterans, everybody be there together. So can't wait to see how that turns out. The word on the street that the rookie minicamp went really well. Bijan Robinson was just like we expected, lining up all over the field. Arthur Smith already trying to see, you know, what kind of positions he can put him in. Our second round pick, Matthew Bergeron, looked good at left guard. Looked real nasty. Looked at more athletic than a lot of people probably thought, you know, outside playing tackle. So I think big guard that's going to move in to actually play for us. I still believe that he's going to be the starting left guard to start the season. Of course, he's going to have to compete for that. bringing in Javon Gwynn as well, playing him at center, a position he rarely played when he was at South Carolina. So another nasty guy. He's really going to be in competition for that flex position on the offensive line, guard center position. It's going to be really tough for him to make the squad. But if anything, he'd definitely be on our practice squad. So looking at that, you love to see these rookies. Heard from Clark Phillip as well. Another guy really show his confidence. I can't wait to see him on the field to get with these veterans. He's going to put those guys to test early and often, which is good. And you really like to get to see him match up against those big receivers and Mac Hollins and Drake London and Kyle Pitts and things like that. He's confident. He's oozing confidence. And I think it's really going to be hard to keep the young man off the field. So that slot corner position is definitely also is going to be another interesting competition this summer at training camp. So guys, that's the news. That's some of the news around the Falcons. Roster moves. Matty Ice going to CBS to be that analyst for those guys. And now we're going to get into our second-year player, Tyler Allgeier, and what he could potentially do this season, like I said, with the addition of Bijan Robinson and still having a guy like Cordell Patterson on the roster. So first of all, we're going to talk about what Tyler Allgeier was able to do last year. He had 210 carries, broke the Atlanta Falcons rookie rushing record with 1,035 yards, only had 3 touchdowns because CP was pretty much our red zone running back, 4.9 yards to carry. These are solid numbers, especially for a rookie running back, especially when you wasn't the sole guy to actually carry the rock the whole season, because it was like a 3-headed monster with Caleb McGarry and Cordell Patterson there as well. So, of course, this was a reason why a lot of people felt like the Atlanta Falcons didn't need to go get a running back because they already had a solid running game in a guy like Tyler Allgeier. But we have talked about this, over the draft, before the draft, bringing in a guy like Bijan Robinson. Understandable, because what he can do with the ball is something that could be generational, could be one of those transcendent talents, like a guy like we brought in with Kyle Pitts. So that's the reason why you bring in a guy like Bijan Robinson when you already got a solid player like Tyler Allgeier on the roster. Anyway, when we're looking at Tyler Allgeier, the two guys that's there, Bijan and Tyler, are so different. Their running styles are different. They both can break tackles. We already understand that. But I think Tyler Allgeier have more of a pound and ground kind of game, where Bijan Robinson is more make you miss. His contact balance is off the charts. And then what he's able to do in the passing game is also what's going to set Bijan away from what Tyler Allgeier does. But both of these guys is definitely going to be a big part of what the Atlanta Falcons want to do this season. Will Tyler Allgeier still get 210 carries? I want to say probably not. He probably get more like 150 carries this year, vice to 210, because Bijan Robinson is definitely going to be featured. Yes, he's going to be featured in the passing game, but Bijan is definitely going to be featured in the running game as well. And later on this off season, I'm going to get onto the what I think how this offense could really look with all these guys in the mix, all our weapons that we got on offense. But right now, just talking about the running game and what Tyler Allgeier is able to do. Watching Tyler Allgeier last year, I really believe that can't remember him falling backwards when he was running the ball. On third down, it seemed like every time it was third and short, you get a ball to Tyler Allgeier, you're pretty sure can, book it that we was going to get a first down. Especially late in the season when he started getting his rhythm to get downhill. Tyler Allgeier was just pretty much what he did when he was in college at BYU. It was the same thing that I seen on film when he was in college. He started to show that, with the Atlanta Falcon rushing game once he got in rhythm. Remember, Tyler Allgeier didn't even play in game 1, So he only played 16 games last year. But once he started hitting stride, especially when Cordell Patterson went out, Tyler Allgeier took over that starting running back position, and he pretty much never let it go. So what I need to say about Tyler Allgeier is continue doing what you did last year. Expect that level, of production from Tyler Allgeier. That's all we need to see from Tyler Allgeier. If he can replicate what he did last year, I think sky's the limit for this offense, because we know now we have another guy that's going to bring a whole different dynamic to this offense. And if Tyler Allgeier can replicate the things that he did last year, just imagine how dynamic this offense could be. Tyler Allgeier is not forgotten. Don't want nobody to think that since they got Bijan Robinson that Tyler Allgeier is going to go on the back burner. He's definitely not. He already said he's excited to play with Bijan. Bijan said he's want to learn a lot from Tyler Allgeier. But I think these two guys together is definitely going to bring a different dynamic to this offense that Atlanta Falcons had not had in the first two previous seasons. Of course, the first season was running game was non-existent. Last year, it was really dynamic with the guys that we had. But I think adding a guy like Bijan Robinson along with Tyler Allgeier is going to actually move it to another level. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with Cordell Patterson, because I believe anything less than 150 touches and carries for Tyler Allgeier would not be utilizing him the way you need to utilize him. And the same could be said for Bijan Robinson. You picked him number 8 overall. He needs to be able to get a number of touches a game to be effective. I do not want to see guys getting like 10 touches a game. So Tyler Allgeier role could be diminished. I mean, not Tyler Allgeier. Cordell Patterson role could definitely be diminished because of this. But I believe Bijan Robinson and Tyler Allgeier is definitely need to be able to touch the ball as many times as they can. It can be done. If you look at what the Dallas Cowboys done with their two backs that they had over the last couple of years. Of course, Zeke was kind of slowing down a little bit, but at this point, if you look at what Tyler Allgeier and Bijan Robinson can do, you can have that two-headed monster back, and the fact that Bijan Robinson has so much versatility, can actually touch the balls in so many different ways. I think they'll be able to get both of those touches, the right amount of touches for both guys. Tyler Allgeier can also catch the ball out of the backfield. We've seen him catch passes as well out of the backfield, and was really dynamic in that as well. So you really like what you're going to get out of both of these backs. But Tyler Allgeier, all you need to do next year is just replicate what you did this year. And if you can do that, maybe you won't have 1,000 yards because you're sharing the backfield with a dynamic guy like Bijan Robinson. But when you do touch the ball, you'd be just as effective you was last year. I think this offense could be a top 10 offense because of a guy like Tyler Allgeier and Bijan Robinson. So guys, let me know what you think about Tyler Allgeier. How you think he's going to fit in? How many carries do you think he's going to end up with? He had 210 last year in 16 games. Of course, it was like a three-headed monster there. I do believe that we're going to pass the ball more this year. So, yes, it's just a running offense. That's where Arthur Smith, his bread and butter is. But you can anticipate, because of Bijan, because of Tyler Allgeier, because of the running game last year, teams are going to start to load up the box to make the Atlanta Falcons pass, especially with a young quarterback under center. So it's definitely going to have to be a little bit more balanced this year. But a guy like Tyler Allgeier, a guy like Bijan Robinson, definitely should still be effective, because even last year when they know we was running the ball, they couldn't stop it. So let me know what you think about Tyler Allgeier. This is your boy Ricondo coming back at you with another video. Peace.